crazy thing is that consistency does not look like a straight line. And I feel that God has been putting this in my heart to tell it to anybody that's watching this right now. Consistency does not look like a straight line. So even if you deviate, even if you fall, even if you don't do that thing one day, it does not mean that you are failing. It's just consistency. And the word itself kind of makes you think that you're supposed to do it in a straight line or in an upward line, going like this. But in reality, consistency is going to look like this. But once you look at the bigger picture, it looks like this. It starts going up and up and up. So don't make yourself feel like you losing just because you are being consistent and you are being part of the process. Just enjoy the process. Be as much with the process as you are with the journey. Because the journey and the process is something different. The journey is all you go through, but the process are the little things you have to do to go through that journey. Don't let any man tell you, especially if it's someone that is not doing what you want to do, don't let any man tell you what you should or shouldn't do when it comes to your journey and your process. Unless that person is doing exactly what you want to do. It's the same with me. Don't listen to me if you have a different path in mind. But if your path is just like mine, I'm just a reminder for you that things sometimes are not as perfect as you want them to be. And that's the beauty of things, because once you get to that position, and not only you get to that position, once God put you in that position, once God sets you in stone with the success that is yours, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, those imperfect times, those moments of imperfection where I doubted myself, those moments where I thought I was failing, it's what created the beauty of what I am living right now. And without those things, I wouldn't appreciate what I have right now. And you have to believe that, most of us, if not all of us, because I want to believe that all of us will get the abundance, will get the success, will get the accomplishments that God has for us. But you must walk his way. You must walk his way. And it's not going to be an easy task, bro. It's not going to be an easy task. But you must give everything to him, truly. You must be willing to accept that we as humans are completely broken. We are sinful in nature. And we have no redemption but the redemption that we get from God, Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. The only redemption we get comes from him. Even in the Bible said, none of us are righteous. Not one of you is righteous. And then you see the world, how crazy it's going. Everybody is like trying to pretend or trying to affirm that they are righteous, that they are, and man, all of us are not righteous. All of us are living in a path that if we don't put God before us, we will always fall back to sin. And even, it's funny because I was watching The Chosen, and when Mary goes back and gets drunk, she can't even see Jesus anymore. But Jesus told her, what makes you think you will not sin again? So understand how deep is that when God, Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh is telling you, you will fall again, but if you give me all your troubles, you will be saved. You will be saved from this world. So trust the process, bro. Enjoy the journey. Involve yourself in this thing. Once you start looking at life is so crazy. Like, sometimes I just stare at life and I just be like, we are here, dude. Like, we are really here. We are really doing this. We got the ability to express the individuality and the free will that we have. But I think I saw that in one of the Bible verses saying, just because you can do whatever you want, just because you can do whatever you please, doesn't mean that everything that you should do is good, or everything that you do is good. It does not mean that. And that's why a lot of people want to question about the free will and things like that. But I'm going to tell you something, man. We do have the free will to do the things that we want. I don't believe they're predetermined, but God knows what's on your heart. And he knows if you're a good person. And all of us, this is what I want to believe, all of us have a sense of good and evil. You have a sense of good and evil. When you go and do wrong, you feel it in your soul. I hope I'm not the only one that's feeling this, though. But you feel it in your soul when you're doing something that is not according to God's will and to God's way. So be part of the process, but do it righteously. Be part of the process, be part of the journey, but try to help people. This is going to sound controversial, but pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies. Ask Jesus for your enemies. Tell Jesus, God, please, I ask you, bless my enemies. Bless the ones that want to go against me. Bless the ones that pray for my downfall. Fill them up with abundance and blessings. It's crazy how we know a lot about Jesus Christ in the movie, The Passion of Christ, and all those movies that they do about him, but we really don't understand the depth of such character. And it's so wild that even though we know the story, every time that we see it again, portrayed in a different scene or in a different book, it hit us like it was the first time, because we still don't understand the depth of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was a man that was truly about breaking everything that this world stands for, which is rooted in violence, rooted in pain, suffering, rooted in vengeance, rooted in things that only will benefit the self but not benefit the other. How would you let somebody slap you in the cheek and then give them the other cheek? You're not human you're not human if you perform like that, because humans naturally, even myself, I don't take myself out of the equation, man. I ain't no perfect. I'm just a man. This is God speaking through me. This is Jesus speaking through me. But think about it. Who of us is gonna actually give the other cheek? And even, let's say, yes, we can do it now that we know about Jesus. But when we didn't know about Jesus, we wasn't on that. And y'all know well we wasn't on that. Even our parents, like even my mom used to tell me, you ain't no Jesus. You ain't no Jesus. You not gonna give people the other cheek. But let me tell you something, man. He came here for one reason only. He didn't come here to tore down Rome. He didn't come here. We're talking about his first coming, right? He didn't come here to destroy and bring, like, when people saw Jesus coming in for the first time, people thought that he was going to be this individual, like strong character, like a stud, you feel me? Like, and when I say stud, I mean like a muscular, tall, powerful individual with an army ready to destroy and throw down Rome and save his people. And it completely broke the ideology and the paradigm of what he was. He was just a humble man with a loving heart, but not just a humble man with a loving heart, but the the Son of Man, the Messiah, the one that was hanging with the tax collectors, the one that was hanging with the killers and the stealers. Come on, man. He broke completely the paradigm. And one thing that he said is, you must be like me. That was his job over here. You must be like me. You must be like me. So, as you're trying to be like Jesus, don't get caught up in the ideology of, well, but I'm not holy, I'm not perfect, I'm not this, I'm not that, bro. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in the ideology. Do what your heart is telling you, because your heart, your soul, if you are able, if you let him work through you, your soul will be divine as well. Your soul will be filled with whatever he wants to give you to put into the world. And you're going to see, once you start doing those things, and once you start talking to people, people going to feel it. And most people will separate from you. And most people won't want I'm sorry what you're going to say. But in the Bible, it's clear. You will be persecuted for my name. It's not an easy task. Look at John the Baptizer. He was killed. You feel me? But all this to say, if you know what way you must walk, and if you know that you must be like him, you shouldn't be afraid of what's coming. You're just gonna do it.